rock bottom is a really useful tool for the universe to use to get us out of our egos, especially when we're confronted with things, tragedies such as like losses, grief, or just endings within our life. Anything like that is not only going to create space for us, but it's going to take us out of our ego and into our heart space. It's like a huge heart chakra activation, whether we're conscious of it or not, where it's like, okay, what is the point of me being here? And what brought me here? And why am I going through this? And who am I? And for me, looking back at my life, I had learned very early on to kind of avoid or numb out that space and that feeling of the heart because of things that have happened in my childhood. And I think that's pretty common for people who are, on a spiritual path. I was just actually just talking about this today with a friend that I have yet to meet someone, and it's not to say they're not out there, but I've yet to meet someone that's deep on a spiritual path that hasn't been through something traumatic. Just being human, I think, is traumatic in and of itself. And so we all have these varying degrees of trauma, which we really can't, put on like a scale, right? Because everybody's experiencing it in their own way. Somebody's major trauma could be somebody's minor trauma, but vice versa. Like other people feel so much deeper, and those little things are major for them. And so I think just being human, we are experiencing really difficult and painful things constantly that do put us into our mind and our ego instead of our heart space. And when we're broken and we're open and we're cracked open through these like experiences when we're meant to awaken, because everything is per a divine plan and divine timing, it does allow us to kind of just get into our own soul. Like, why are you here? What are you doing? And then that purpose question comes up. And I think that's the first question that anybody asks when they're starting on a spiritual awakening is like, okay, I feel called for something more. What's my purpose? And the purpose for what I gather through my own experiences and coaching others is not necessarily that someone's a healer or someone's a psychic medium or someone's just meant to, solve generational trauma and shift their family's frequency for the rest of time. But it's actually to come home to yourself and be as comfortable as possible, just aligning to your truth and your soul, which is really hard for us as humans because as little kids, we're taught that that's not what you're supposed to do. Like you're supposed to act a certain way and do a certain thing and hide your emotions and all the things, and being yourself and fully expressing that is the hardest thing to do. But I think that's all of our purposes here.